G'day, Paul from Small Crown Productions here. Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at a little bit of software that I've found recently that has been an absolute game changer for me. If you do anything artistically or otherwise that requires you to need a floor plan, then this could be something of real value to you. I've been producing theatre shows for a very long time and recently started producing shows that we sold into some of our local community libraries. And so just to help with planning and being able to take the set in and know where we're going to lay it out, I really wanted to have some fairly accurate floor plans available that I could mock up beforehand, that I could send the venue to give them an idea of what we were planning to do, but also for myself and my team when we get into the space of being able to go, this is where it's all going to be, and all of those decisions being made ahead of time to save us a lot of time on set, because the experiences that we're bumping in require me to build some walls and some cages and set a whole bunch of things up. And the faster we can get in and get it set up, the better it is. We don't want to, have that taking too long. And so having an accurate floor plan makes a big difference in being able to do that. So the first thing that I did to help with that was I went to Bunnings and bought one of these little things. So I went to the hardware store and just bought a little laser measuring device. And this one cost me about $20, $25. It's, fairly bottom end of the market, but I didn't need it to do lots of things that surveyors or builders actually do. I literally need to just walk in, put it against one wall and know how far away it is to the other wall or the post that's in the middle of the room, what's the height from the floor to the ceiling so that I know my clearance, widths of doors, heights of doors, widths and heights and depths of elevators, stairwells where we may need to be carrying bits and pieces of set up into rooms. So that is just so much faster and easier and more accurate than a tape measure. Speed was the game and ease, so the $25 investment, just in the time and hassle it saves you in taking notes and making plans, definitely worth the investment. The other thing that I found was I was looking online for a floor plan creator of some sort to help me out. I mean, I've got Photoshop and I can do it in there, but there are other tools that are better designed for that, like InDesign and that kind of stuff. And I don't know how to use any of those. So I'm coming at this from a point of view of not being an architect or a draftsman or have any of that kind of work, and just needing something that was really simple to use, that hopefully was also very affordable. I'm not a fan of paying monthly subscriptions for anything. I try and get lifetime deals on software, and I've picked up some amazing deals. And so I'm always on the lookout for something that does the job, but is also affordable. And I found this piece of software, which we're going to look at, which is called Floor Plan Creator. Now, I was blown away by this piece of software. It is basic, but this is actually pretty much perfect for what I need. And so when you come into the software, you can see here that you've got a big open flat plan here. There's a menu down the side here that gives you the option to undo and redo, change 3D. You can share it, you can print it, gives you some project settings, some other settings and different levels. And on the right hand side, you've got some basic structural tools that you can use. So square room, L-shaped room, U-shaped room, T-shaped room. So you can drag and drop these into the workspace. So let's just start with a square room. If I drag and drop that in there, you can see it shows you the square meter of that space. It's 16 square meters. The shows you the height and the wall width, which you can adjust in this top level up here. So you can edit a whole bunch of things in here, which I don't need to. But essentially, you can then so you can create all these different shaped rooms. You can add walls by clicking and just sort of drawing walls in. I don't want that, so I'm just going to hit delete and it's gone. You can add landings and ladders and circular staircases and all that sort of stuff. And if you hit this little down arrow here, you can add in all sorts of doors and windows, general living area. So it takes you through all different things that you would find. So doors and windows, all as you would see them on an architectural plan. So I did tech drawing in high school 20 something years ago. And so I knew the basics of this and doors and windows, but you can literally drag and drop these into the floor plan where you want them, which is really useful because when I was doing the floor plans for the shows, they were meeting rooms that might have had fire exit doors and that sort of thing. So I'd measure all that up on a rough plan, come back here and do a plan here as close as I possibly could to the room that we were using. So takes you through, it's the living, so you can drag and drop sofas and, change the size of them. And you'll notice that as you do, you can see the size of it appear on there to give you the height and the width of that you're creating. So you can create different size furniture and different sized benches. Some of the rooms that we're in have pre-built kitchens, so I was able to actually put bench tops and sinks and that sort of stuff in to be a really clear indicator of what the room looked like. So further down this here, so pretty much all the main rooms that you could think of, bedrooms got beds, kitchens, benches and countertops and stoves. Your bathroom's got your sinks and your shower stalls, toilets, that sort of thing. Office, basic kind of desks and chairs, computers and printers. Outdoor, so you can put in trees and that sort of stuff. Cars, electrical if you need it, so you can put in lights and that sort of thing. So this really is designed to do up, a house plan, but I'm just using it as a mock-up. But the beautiful thing about this is it gives it to me that I can design it and create it very, very accurate to the actual size of the room, which is really what I was looking for. You can annotate in here. So for instance, I can drag and drop, so I can add labels, right? So I can drag and drop that in there and I can create text and save that. And then I can move that and then I can assign it to certain things. I'll just delete that. I don't want it. Different versions of that. You can do numbers. This is a great thing. So if I want to measure the wall on the interior here, I can click and drag that. You can see how it goes angled and level, but then goes in there, it gives you the exact width. And then if I created an internal wall in here, for instance, oops, wrong one. Oh, didn't get that level. Let's say I go back to here and create a wall. Say I'll draw that there. Draw the wall there. I can then extend that wall up to connect to the other wall, but then I can click on here and drag this to this wall. So if there is a divider that I know is exactly 3 meters wide, well, then I can pull this back to 3 meters. Then I can click this and drag this divider, drag this wall over to that 3 meter mark. So you can get really accurate with it. And it's just been really, really useful. So it means that I'm able to have an accurate sort of room layout for the set before I even get there. So if I was looking to, do a stage design, I could use the same thing here because you can click and drag in these corners here and you can change the angle and the shape of the room. So if you've got an oblong shaped room, you can use it for that. So you can imagine there are a lot of stages out there, that maybe have cut-in angles. It might be a rhombus shape. So you can reshape this to whatever you need. And you've got all the measurements there to guide you. It's just been sensational. I've got a paid account with this, which was unusual for me. But let me show you how much this costs because this is a crazy useful thing. You can get a free plan, which allows you one project. And you can pay $10.78 extra for 10 extra projects. And it's a low resolution PNG or JPEG export, which obviously, they're encouraging you to buy a plan. But the standard plan, which really is, look at this, $7.68 Australian. So I think it's like $5 US a year, right? Or it might be $6 US a year, or maybe $7. I don't know. I don't know what the exchange rate is off the top of my head, but $7.68 Australian gets you 10 projects a year. You only pay that once to get an extra 10 projects a year. So if I wanted to do more, I want to do 15 projects, I can just pay another $7.68 to double that up. High resolution PNG, JPEG, and SVG export, which is really useful. You can get a DXF export for CAD programs, PDF, which is what I generally have been using, Wavefront, I don't know what that is. I'm not in this world enough to know, and a user library of symbols, which is what all of those symbols are in there. So That's the plan that I bought. It's super affordable, but you can go pro for like literally, or maybe this is the one I bought, $10.78. Oh no, yeah, that's the year, that's the month. So you can get a pro if you're doing lots and lots of plans, you know, less than $11 a month, and you can have unlimited projects with all of the benefits, and you can put your logo on the exported files, which is a benefit. So just a really, really useful tool that I have found to be ridiculously invaluable for the work that I do. So if you're doing anything that requires a floor plan, a layout of any sort, I totally recommend you jump in and have a look at this. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video, and it's not a paid link. It's not an affiliate link. I'm not paid or sponsored to do this video. It's just, I was literally jumping in to do a floor plan for one of the shows that we're bumping in soon. And I thought I'll just throw this out as a video because this has been a tool that I have just found super, super useful. So there you go. Just a quick little sort of show and tell there. Hope that was of use to you. And I'll see you on the next one.